Okay, good morning, guys. Last day I was talking about Bernoulli trials, which under these three conditions, if we consider one particular trial, it has only two outcomes: success or failure. Success or failure it depends on our problem or how we define the success or failure. Then all trials are independent. Okay, trial number one has nothing to do with trial number five. And probability of success we define simple P, and the probability of failure it's going to be 1 minus P, because total is 1. Probability of total is 1. Sorry about that. Next, we will learn this one, binomial coefficient. Okay, I told you this n means number of trials, or simply Bernoulli trials. X means number of successes. Okay, so you know how to deal with this one. If you have nx, you can expand this using factorials, right? X factorial times n minus x factorial, like this, right? Okay, so we need these two to define our binomial distribution. Binomial probability formula, or we call binomial distribution. In this case, binomial distribution is the extended version of Bernoulli trials. Okay, if we have n number of Bernoulli trials, we can map that case into binomial distribution, because binomial distribution consists of n number of, finite number of Bernoulli trials. Okay, so particular at a time it has only two outcomes. Just one trial, again it has only two outcomes. So in this case, x denote the total number of successes in n number of Bernoulli trials. Okay, n number of trials, Bernoulli trials. Why Bernoulli? At a time it has only two outcomes, success or failure. So success probability simple P. Okay. Random variable x. So the probability distribution we can find using this formula. Okay, using this. So probability of x equals x mean any x equals this factorial, this binomial coefficient nx times probability of success to the power x. What is this x? Number of successes times 1 minus p. What is the probability of 1 minus p means? Probability of failure. Okay, that's the 1 minus p. So this is the probability of failure to the power n minus x. Okay, so this x always start from, the minimum is 0, because these are discrete values. X is discrete variable. So x value is starting from 0 up to any finite number. So in general we mention it simple n. Okay, it has a boundary value, maximum is n. Okay, so you know that n here, this n and this n, they are same. Okay, what is this n means? Number of Bernoulli trials. Same here, this one is the number of Bernoulli trials. It is the maximum. X can reach the maximum up to n. It cannot exceed the, x cannot exceed simple n, or total number of Bernoulli outcomes, Bernoulli trials, right? Okay. Okay. So X we call binomial random variable or binomial distribution. Simply binomial distribution with parameter n and p, because we have only parameter n and p. X we know that value, what is the number of successes, I mean how many number of successes, we know that. So we call this binomial distribution. Okay. This defined on Bernoulli trials. Clear? So I think I have mentioned these things. N is the number of trials, outcomes are independent, and they are success or failure. Okay. Success probability is P. And first we need to identify the success, which means we need to find the P. Okay, we need to define what is our success, then we need to find the P. P means probability of success. Then find what is N. Finally, you can plug your values into this binomial distribution and find the corresponding probability. So check this one. This one, probability of X equals X. So X value, just one X value. If you need to find like success is 5 number of successes, this simple X equals 5. So it gives you just one probability, right? If you need to find something like greater than 5, so you have to plug each and every X values which greater than 5 at a time and find this and do the calculation. Okay, clear? If X is greater than 5, you have to plug X equal 5, do the calculation, find the value. X equals 6, do the calculation, find the value, something like that. Okay, at a time it gives you probability value. Okay, probability value for one particular X value at a time. Okay. Okay, we will see that in next couple of slides. In this case, they have mentioned these figures based on probability value. How what happened when probability is changing? See, N is fixed, it is 6, and X also we don't know what is the X values, but doesn't matter, we have these values, so don't worry about the X. See, in this case, probability of success is 0.25, so that we have this first graph, first histogram. Okay. Next, probability increases like 0.5, so we have this kind of histogram. In this case, first one you can see it is like right is skewed. This one, second one, probability probability of success equals 0.5, which means 1/2. It's like symmetric bell shape, right? It's bell shape. It is symmetric. Third one, when probability increases like 0.75, we have again a skewed one. It is left skewed. So you can see when probability of success is changing, these graphs or distribution, okay, distribution, it's also changing. Okay, so in this case we have N is fixed, so don't worry about the N. X also these 6 values, so it doesn't matter what is the X value, because we are showing all possible X values. When P is probability is changing, you can see the distribution is also changing. Okay, this is the pattern. If probability is changed, like increase or decreases, increases or decreases, shape of the distribution, it changed because it based on this probability value. Okay. Okay, let's try to do this example. In this, okay, we are rolling we are rolling a die, okay, fair die, 5 times. In general, in this course we are considering unbiased or fair coin, fair die, something like that. Okay, which means all occurrences, they have same probability. Okay, having a head, equals to having a tail at a time. They have same probabilities, 1/2, 1, right? That's why we use fair die. So 5 times, which means we are performing or we are repeating our experiment 5 times at a time. I know at a time we have 6 possible outcomes, but give me a second. The person will win. Okay, this is how we define what we need. The person is win. A person will win if he get 3 or 5 together. Okay, 3 or 5. He wins if he get 3 or 5. Otherwise, fail, like success or fail. Although we have 6 outcomes when we roll a die, in this particular case, we have only 2 outcomes, right? Either success or failure based on this definition. So this is my what? Simple n, number of all outcomes, so number of trials. Okay, Bernoulli trials. Why Bernoulli? Because this one, I need 3 or 5 to win, which means to my success. Otherwise, it is a failure. Any other value, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 6. All 4 values are failures, right? 3 or 5 are the success cases. Okay, clear? So what is my x? This one, 3 or 5. So what is the success probability? Simple P. What is the success probability? How do we find the probability? Number of occurrences based on that particular event divided by total outcomes. So how many possible outcomes for this particular event? 2, 3 or 5, right? So it is 2 out of how many? 6. I'm talking about just one trial. We find P or success probability based on one single trial. Okay, one single trial. So this is going to be 1/3, right? Because we are considering to find the P success probability, we should consider only one single trial. In that particular trial, our success or failure based on these numbers, 3 or 5, I get success. So how many outcomes? 2. Altogether, we have 6 outcomes, right? 6. So it is 6. So probability is 1/3. Success probability, right? Okay. Now find out the probabilities. Okay. So we have N, we have P. Okay. Now we need to find what are the particular X values to find the probabilities. So those X values they have given in these subparts. Player wins. Player win the game exactly 4 times. How many times? 4 times. That number of times. Oh, sorry. Number of times are the successes, right? Number of times are the successes. So this is my X. X equals 4 for this case. Okay, right? This is my X. How do we find this? Exactly 4. Exactly 4 means exactly X equal 4. That's it. So this one, sorry, this one, this distribution, plug these values. N, you know what is N, you know what is X, and also you know what is P, right? So probability of capital X equals 4 because exactly 4. Binomial coefficient, it is nx. N is 5, x is 4. Clear? X is 4. Then what is P? P is 1/3. P to the power, oh sorry, P to the power x. So what is x? It is 4. Do I need to write the equation distribution here? Okay. Probability, this is the binomial distribution. X equals x. It gives you nx simple p to the power x 1 minus p to the power n minus x. Okay, this is the binomial distribution. So I'm just plugging the values to this distribution to get this one. So 1/3 to the power x is 4. 1 minus 1/3, 1 minus p to the power 5 minus 4, n minus x. Okay, so you have to simplify this. This is 1/3 to the power 4. It's going to be 2/3, just 2/3 to the power 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, so simply what? Just simplify this. Okay, then you can get a value. I think. Okay, I'll show you for this one. I'll show you how to simplify this. What is the meaning of this one? This part. Oh, sorry. Let me color that. This is the binomial coefficient, right? So you can rewrite this 5 factorial divided by 4 factorial times 5 minus 4 factorial. Okay, this part. Then 1/3 to the power 4. 1/3 times 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 4 times. Okay, so it gives you 9 to 9 81, right? 81, 1 over 81, right? Times this one, 2/3. Okay, so simplify this. You will see this 4 cancel with this 4 times 5. Okay, if you have something like this, let's say this is just an example. Okay, 10 factorial divide by 5, let's say 6 factorial. You can simplify it like this. 10 factorial you can split into 2 pieces like this. 6 factorial times 7 times 8 times 9 times 10. Correct? Right? Then divide by 6 factorial. So you can simply cancel this 6 with this 6. Then you have to multiply 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So any factorial doesn't matter. You can split any position you need. But after that, you have to write it like a product. Okay. 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 9, 10. Okay. It based on how you deal with these problems. But you can split that factorial value from any point. Okay. Okay. This one, yes, same as I showed you here. I simply split it like this. Okay, 4 factorial times 5, which means 5 factorial. Divide by 4 factorial times, here it is just 1, right? See, this one. This is going to be 2 over. It's going to be 2 over 81 is 243. Okay, clear? 1 over 81 times 2/3. It is 2 over 243. Okay. Now what? This 4 factorial cancel with this 4 factorial because they are just division. So this 5 is here. Divide by 1 factorial. 1 factorial is 1, right? So this is going to be 10 over 243. 243. This value 0.0 1000 divided by 4. 0.0 is going to be 4, which means about 900 something. Yeah, 4, something like that. Okay, not exactly 0.04, but you will be having other many decimals. Okay, 4 maybe, no. Yes, 4 maybe 4. I'm not sure. Okay, but you will be having few decimals. So try to keep it like at least 3 decimals. That's fine. Okay, get 4 decimals, then round it up or round it down based on that final decimal, and keep it to 3 decimals. 3 decimals. Okay. Here I cannot get it because I don't know what's the exact value. Anyway, this is the final answer. For what? Player win the game exactly 4 times. Exactly 4 times. Right? So if I need to find the player wins exactly 2 times, you have to play the same game here instead of 4. You have to replace 4 by 2, and you will get the probability value. Clear? It's 0 point. You will get the value. Okay. So at a time you can apply this binomial distribution for one particular x value. Okay. Okay. Let's see that next one. Let me erase this part. Okay, and I'll use this space to show you this part. Okay, this one, second one. Player win the game at least 3 times. So how many altogether? How many trials? 5. Okay, 5. At least 3 times. What's mean by at least 3 1? At least 3 wins, which means 3 times win, 4 times win, or all 5 wins. Clear? Right? Okay. So what does that mean? What are the x values for that case? At least 3. So 3 times, yes. 4 times, yes. And 5 times, yes. Right? Those are the x values. So for each x value, you have to plug this each x value into your binomial distribution and find the particular probability. So you will be having three probability values based on these 3 x values. Finally, add those 3 numbers together. Right? So you will get the answer. That's how you deal. Okay. Let's first pick x equal 3. So plug the values. Probability x equals 3. It is 5. N is 5. It doesn't change. 5 3. Oh, sorry. P is still same. It doesn't change. It is 1/3 to the power x. What is x here? 3. 1 minus okay, I'll write it 1 minus p to the power n minus x. N is 5, x is 3. So you have 2 here, power 2. Okay. Simplify this, you will get the value for p probability of x equals 3, which means for exactly 3 wins. But we need 4 and 5 as well. Do the same thing, x equal 4. It is 5 4 or 5 for this binomial coefficient 1/3 to the power. Now it is 4. 1 minus 1/3, or simply you can replace it 2/3. Okay. To the power 5 minus 4. It is 1. Exactly this one, the first case. Okay. This answer we already know. It is 0.044 something. Not the exact one like this. Okay. This case number 1. Third one, probability of x equals 5. 5 5 1/3 to the power x is 5. 1 minus 1/3 or 2/3. Here n minus x. N is 5. In this case, x is 5. So 5 minus 5, what? 0. It is 0. Now you have to find the value. So what is the power 0? Any value, what is the power 0? 2 to the power 0, 1. 100 to the power 0, 1. Okay. So simply this part equals to 1. It doesn't matter. You have to find this value. Then at these three now, at these three numbers, then you can get the final answer. Okay. Although you add these three, that final value, it cannot exceed 1. You will see that once you get this, it will not exceed 1 because maximum probability is 1. Or not exceed, can be 1 but not exceed. Okay, see this 0.04, x equal 3, I don't know the value, but maybe 0.02 something. It's going to be 0.67, 0.067, something like that. So this is how we deal with this correct mark. This is correct. So once you know these three numbers, simply add them, add those numbers. Right? Clear? At a time, one x value. Okay. If you have like here, it is just 5. But if you have like 50, n equal 50. Okay. And your success x is like 25. Okay. So x is 25, n is 50. So you have nothing to do with that, but you have to stick with the plan. Okay. At a time, you have to play with one single x, which means 25. Do the math. 26. Do the math. So up to 50. Do the math and get the sum. I know it is annoying. It's really annoying. It's a pain, but this is the process. Okay. Since you can use your calculators, you can find any value using your calculator. I think within 2 or 3 steps, you can get the value. Okay. Binomial coefficient. Sometime you can see in your calculator. So binomial coefficient times your probability values, then you can get the correct answer. Please check it. Okay. It depends on the calculator, but easily you can find answers for these binomial problems using your calculators. Okay. Check third one. It says win 3 to 5 games. Okay. Win 3 to 5 games. It has nothing to do with face values. 3 or 5. It has nothing to do with that. But this means win 3 to 5 games. 3 to 5 games mean what? Inclusive. Okay. Which means 3, 4, 5. Right? It is exactly same as what we did in part 2. These two, they are asking same thing. Clear? They are asking same thing but in different ways. Okay? Clear? Because it is inclusive. If it is exclusive, what happened? 4, which means 4. X equal 4. You have to find the value. That's it. Okay. Clear? This is how we deal with binomial distributions. I think I don't know whether you see or not, but I already uploaded a table. We call it binomial table on your on the blackboard under the chapter 5. Okay. But the problem is in that table we have limited number of n values. I think up to n equal 5, something like that. For this case, we can use it, but okay, let me show you that stop sharing. See, this is the binomial table. This gives you, sorry, I cannot write it. This gives you binomial values. I mean, if you know what is n, if you know what is x, and also if you know what is p, probability value, you can find the answer using this table body part. Inside the table, it gives you the exact value. You don't need to do calculations. But the problem is, we have, see here, you can find n. Next one, you can find x. I mean, this column gives you n values. Oh, sorry. Okay, this column gives you x values, and this row is the probability value, success probabilities. But the problem is, we have maximum n equals 7. That's it. That's why we cannot use this, but still you can use this. For example, our previous example, we had n equal 5. I cannot, sorry, I cannot write on this PDF. N equal 5. And let's say the first one, x equal 4, right? First part, what is the probability? Okay, n equal 5, this one. Sorry, n equal 5 means this one. Okay, n equal 5. So based on this, what is the x value? 4. I'm talking about first part. 4 is this one. Okay, n value first, next x value is 4. So your values definitely within this column or this row. Okay, one of these values. Next, you have to find what is your p value, probability value. So your probability value is 1/3, which means 0.3333 something. But here you can see on the top, there are no values like 0.333. But you have 0.3, next 0.4. So your 0.333 value, right, in between 0.3 and 0.4, right? But using this, believe me, you cannot find the exact answer, but I'll show you how to deal with that. So your answer somewhere here, right? See, once you get this cross, this intersection, your value definitely greater than 0.028, but less than 0.077, right? What is the exact value? I told you it is 0.04, right? 0.04. So that value definitely somewhere here. Using this, you cannot find the exact value because your p value is, you know, it's not there, it's not here. So your value definitely greater than the 0.028, but less than 0.077. However, exact value, you know, that value is 0.04. So see, you can simply approximate like value definitely some in between these two, right? If your probability is, let's say, 0.4, assume that your probability is 0.4, then your values easily you can find this one, 0.077, this one. Okay, yeah, this is how we find the probabilities. You don't have to do the calculations, but problem is maximum n is equal 7. Okay, okay, let me go back. Right, okay, check this one. We have to deal with like few things in this example. Here, talking about math 2300, but stuff, 20 multiple choice questions. Okay, each question with 4 answers. Each question with 4 answers. Only one answer is correct in each question. So you know what is multiple choice questions, right? So I don't need to explain what is multiple choice question. But in this case, we have we have 20 multiple choice questions. Okay, one question, it has 4 values, only one is correct. So like this, we have 20. So what is the n? Number of trials in this case? It is what? 20. How? Because you have 20 questions. Now, next thing is find the success probability. So in this case, I don't need to tell you what's the success, right? Success means having a correct answer. So consider one multiple choice question, which means one trial. How do you find the success probability? Success means correct answer. So how many correct answer in particular answers? Just one, right? So 1 divided by how many answers? 4. So your success is 1/4, which means 0.25. So this is your success probability. Make sense? Okay. Okay. Next answer. Okay. In this case, we have to suppose that student guess all these 20s. Okay. Otherwise, if you know exact answer, there is nothing to do with these probabilities, because you know exact answer, then you do it. Just imagine you don't know what are the answers, you just guess. Okay. For all 20 questions, what is the probability that the student get more than this much? More than 15. So here, what is the x? Let me write it like this. What is my x as an event? What is the x? More than 50. Sorry, more than 15. Sorry, more than 15. More than, strictly greater than, which means 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 is the max. It's equals to 8. Right? So simply plug these values at a time to your binomial distribution, find the probability. Okay, get the sum, find the probability. Like px equals 16, find this. Px equals 17, find this one, up to px equals 20. There is no any other way out. Just finally at this, how many? 5. Then you can get the answer. Okay, I'm not going to do the calculation because I assume that you can do this calculation. Simply use your calculators to get these answers. For this one, believe me, there is no any other way out. You have to do this. Okay. I know it is 20, but we can manage it. Right? Questions? Binomial distribution is it's like a definite, maybe 1 or 2 definite 1 or 2 questions for your mid exam too. Okay. Okay, I think this is the last part. Mean and standard deviation of the binomial distribution. Each distribution we have mean and standard deviation, at least those two. Okay, each distribution, what we are talking about in this course. N number of n mean number of Bernoulli trials. P means success probability. You know what is P, N, X, they have same meaning. So mean, it is N times P. Here mean is mu, because distribution mean equals to population mean, same as the standard deviation. Okay, whenever you get the distribution mean or distribution variation, distribution standard deviation, they equals to the population mean and standard deviation. Okay, that's why we use exact similar notation. So mu N times P and standard deviation, this one, square root of NP times 1 minus P. P is success, 1 minus P mean failure. Correct? Okay. If you know you have a binomial distribution and I tell you to find the mean, simply N times P, or standard deviation is square root 1. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, check this example. 60% of people who purchase sports cars are men. Okay, 10 sports car owners are randomly selected. Okay, 10 owners are randomly selected. What is this 10? Your N. This is your N. Find the probability that exactly 7. What is this exactly 7? This is your X, success probability. Exactly 7. Okay. Okay, what is your P? This much. People who purchase sports cars are men, because we are talking about men. So 60%. But your P is what? Not 60%. It is 0.6. Right? Because we are talking about probabilities, not the percentage. So simply you have to divide your probability, divide your percentage by 100, get the probability. Okay. So now what? You don't need to plug the values for your binomial distribution. They ask what? Mean. Find the probability that, sorry, they don't ask mean, right? This is also what? I thought that they asked me. This is something like this, right? So you have to, I'm sorry, you have to plug the values. 10, 7, P 0.6 to the power 7, 1 minus 0.6, 1 minus P to the power 10 minus 7. Okay, what's the mean? Okay, I'll write it for you. What's the mean? N times P. What is N? 10. What is P? 0.6. So mean is 6. What is the standard deviation? Square root of NP 1 minus P. So NP is 10, 10 times 0.6 times 1 minus P is what? 0.4. So this is going to be 0.24 times 10, 2.4 square root. I don't know what's the value for this one. Okay, but this is the standard deviation. This is standard deviation. Okay, so this is how you deal with this. Sometimes, like, consider this same example. Sometimes they ask okay, sometimes, just consider this example. Sometimes they ask like, what is the probability that less than 9 men, less than or maybe equal, okay, less than or equal 9 men. Okay, just consider that's the easiest case. Less than or equal 9 men. So what you have to do? Less than or equal, which means you have to go from which number? Starting from x equal what? X equal what? What number? Let's say, okay, imagine less than or equal 9. Your x is less than or equal 9. So what is the, I mean, the set? I know this one. I'll write this for you. 9. That's the maximum. Okay, possible x values. 8, 7, dot dot. Let's say 2. What's the next one? Is that all? Is that all? Are you sure? It's not all. It's not that. What's the least number? I mean, the lowest number? 0. Did you forget that? Which means no men. I mean, no, there is no success. There is no success, which means 0. Don't forget that. It's also inside this, because I showed you in this slide. See, X is start from 0, right? X is start from 0. So 0 is included. Okay, so don't forget it. So that case you have to find x equals 0, x equal 1, 2, 3 up to 9. But there is a very easy way to solve that. You know what is the total probability, which is 1, right? So if you find x equal 10, okay, and 1 minus probability of x equals 10 gives you what you need using negation or complement. Do you remember? 1 minus e dash mean e. Same here. If you have this kind of problem, if you have like 5, 6, 7 for this exact problem, you cannot use that. But the example I gave you here, you can use that. Yes.
So we still need to do the binomial distribution. We need to do the only one.
Yeah. We still need the binomial distribution to find x equal 10. But you need to find just one value, right? Instead of these, how many? 10 values. Okay, just one. 1 minus that value gives you exactly what you need. Okay, so like this, always try to simplify your calculations. Okay? That's the easiest way. Did you get what I mentioned there? 1 minus stuff. It's a negation. Total probability is 1. You remove what you don't need. 10. X equal 10 you don't need. So you remove it, then you can get the answer. Okay, because I need these values, I can get like this. Okay, I don't have exact example for that particular case, but yes, you will see those. Yes, I think yes, you will see those problems in your homework. Okay, so try to use like try to familiar with those stuff. Okay, so that's it for today. This is the end of chapter 5. Next day I'll start chapter 6. Yes, okay. If you don't have any question, that's it. So see you on Wednesday. Have a nice day, guys.